I want to show you today how to take a small group, a house church, a church, and change the atmosphere such that people want to be there. People can't wait to get there. People want to invite their friends. And it has to do with deepening community. It has to do with taking this biblical command to love one another into very practical ways in the lives of the people that God has sent you. And let me give you 8 things that you can do that need to happen in a healthy church, a healthy house church, a healthy small group. One, you got to resolve conflict. We're commanded, live in harmony with one another, resolve conflict. Groups fall apart when people get offended and they never resolve it. They don't want to talk to each other. They don't want to see each other. That's toxic. Teach people to resolve conflict. You got a problem with somebody, just sit down and talk to them. Let them know that you didn't understand it. Go with humility. Go with sincerity. Resolve the conflict. Most conflicts are easily resolved. Either you get over it and it's no big deal and you just let it go, or you just sit down and have a short conversation and you realize it was just a misunderstanding. Resolve conflict. Second, forgive one another. Okay, somebody did something that hurt you. Okay, forgive them. We're commanded to forgive one another, just as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven us. Jesus has forgiven me of terrible things. Jesus has forgiven me for things I've done over and over. I can forgive you of something terrible or something you've done more than once if I take the forgiveness he's given me and I extend it to you. The third one is submit to one another. Hey, I don't have to be right all the time. I don't have to be the center of attention. It's not about me. This issue is not all about me. That's not the point. Submit to one another. Take the secondary role to lift them up. That's what submitting means. Don't slander one another. Outside of the group, don't talk about somebody negatively who's in the group. That's sin, and that's stupid, and it's wrong. If I have a problem with somebody, my command in Scripture is that I go to them and make it right. Matthew 18 or Matthew chapter 5. Not that I go to somebody else and talk about it. Stop slandering. Don't slander one another. Don't criticize one another, it says. Show hospitality to one another. You know, we try to get everybody in our group to show hospitality, to bring food. That's the way we do it. Bring food at least once during a 12-week period. They can bring a dessert. They can bring a salad. They can bring an entree. We eat together every week, which is a wonderful thing to do. And people, we got older single guys. They're not going to cook, or we don't want to eat what they cook, but they can bring stuff. They buy stuff. They bring it. Show hospitality to one another. Number 6 is be humble with one another. Humble yourself. Take a secondary role. Let somebody else talk. Let somebody else make the point. Maybe you know the answer. You don't have to answer every single question if you know all the answers. Let somebody else do it. Humble yourself. Humble yourself and serve each other. Be honest with one another. You know, groups really gel when especially the leaders are honest about the struggles and challenges they have in their own lives. When the leaders are honest and open, it opens the door for the rest of the group to be honest and open. They realize this is a safe place to do that. We have a rule in our group. What's shared in this group stays in this group. And that is, you can share anything going on in your life. We're not going to talk about it with anybody else. We're not going to talk about it in the hallways of the church on a Sunday morning or anything like that. We're not going to call people after the group and say, you know what, so-and-so? No, we've got to be honest with one another, and we have to respect one another by keeping that confidentiality when people do share with us. Last one is motivate one another. Groups should be motivating. They should be encouraging. They should be inspiring. It says in Hebrews chapter 10, the reason we assemble together is to provoke to good works, to encourage, to motivate, to inspire each other to serve for Christ. I want to encourage you. I want to motivate you. You can do all these things. These are biblical commands. God gives you all the grace you need to do everything he commands you to do. You can have an amazing group, love one another, talk about these things in your group, Apply these things in your group. Watch God make your group grow in health, grow in numbers, grow in impact. It's a wonderful thing. You will enjoy doing it. This is Dave Early. Thanks for watching our broadcast today. You can follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, or you can follow our page on Facebook. We bring you practical biblical teaching every day. We want you to join our community.